Alright guys, we're down here at Atari Live today in London. We're going to go and see all of Atari's upcoming games. I've got my Proton Pack and I've been made an honorary Ghostbuster for the day, so let's go and check them out.
Something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! If there's something weird and it don't look good, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
What we're going to talk about are some very interesting products, but we also will get into how we want to bring games that maybe were only available on the internet before through retail. We think that's an important part of our strategy.
It's fair to say that we are working on some of these. I'm not going to tell you which, because we're talking about 2009 for today's event. But you will see some announcements from us in the future about some of these brands and some of these properties coming back in new and exciting ways.
And today I want to mention about a new project between Atari and the Q called QJ. This is a music-based game. It must be a new experience on Wii, and using the Wii controller and playing game with the music.
The Tekken franchise has currently sold 33 million copies worldwide and $1 billion in revenue.
We are now doing a huge development effort within CCP to create a new expansion for EVE Online, which is going to be the center of our launch into retail, where we're focusing on true exploration and intrigue, adding that into the world.
So ladies and gentlemen, your creators, thank you very much for your support of our event.
About Tekken 6, this time around, of course, just the sheer volume of the characters at 40 is a lot of characters, each unique and individual, and we've had a lot of time to work on this project, so the graphic level is greatly improved, running at 60 frames with post-processing effects that everyone thought was pretty difficult to do. We ended up being able to implement it this time around, especially the motion blur has added a lot to that. And just the sheer volume of the game as well. We plan to have all the modes that everyone is familiar with and really enjoyed with past Tekkens, but then add in something new for this time around. So just the sheer volume of the game itself, plus the high quality, the whole graphic engine has been reworked, and the overall quality of the game is pretty high. So we're really pleased with the overall package. The problem with internet online battle is not just the distance between the players, but also the matching of the connection, whether the connections match well or not. So of course we're going to have technology implemented to try to have the players not feel the lag so much, but rather than that we want to focus on the matching options that we have, where if you can match the player correctly according to their connections and whatnot, it'll improve the experience a lot, we believe. But also we still want to leave the option available for people who want to play players in other countries or whatever freely, regardless of the matching options we have. So we want to give the players freedom over that as well.
The game takes place a year after the second Ghostbusters, where the ghost was all like that. So I'm guessing the ghost is like this on this one, but I don't know, don't quote me on that. Anyway, you have an old friend escape, and some weird things start happening throughout the city, and you, as the rookie Ghostbuster, the weapons technician as we call him, you've got to go kind of see what's going on. And the story unfolds, and I don't want to give away too much, but big stuff happens. Old friends come, new friends join. By friends, I mean ghosts, creatures, enemies. It's a great time. It's a fantastic story.
The ghost world is beginning to push through multiple cross portals from their dimension into ours.
The Gray Lady makes a return, and she is the first ghost that the Ghostbusters actually attempt to try to interact with. So this is an opportunity for the player and the Ghostbusters to go back and stitch that story back up and put a close to that first encounter once and for all. No Ghostbuster games would be complete without proton stream weapons. We knew that had to be perfect or the fans would be on us like crazy. And one of the things that we really liked is the dark matter weapons. It's essentially a stasis beam with an alt fire of a shotgun particle-like effect that makes for a really nice 1-2 combination where you freeze an enemy and then just shatter it, sending its pieces like flying everywhere throughout the area.
We're bringing the game to the consoles, not only the market, but of course the platform. And the way we're doing is we're taking everything that was the best in The Witcher, like the story. We don't want to mess with good things. And we're redesigning and re-implementing everything else from the scratch, like a brand new combat system, user interface. We also have a brand new graphical engine. And that's all is aimed for making like the ultimate console RPG. As it was for the PC, the best PC of the last few years. One of the things we've changed is the control system, the user interface, and the way you control your character. We didn't simply ship from the keyboard and mouse into the game control. One of the major things you probably notice when you play the Witcher console version, the Witcher Rise of the White Wolf, is that most of the keys have contextual use. So you can probably use jump button or evade button at the same time, but it depends on the way you use it. You're going to have different menus for like dialogues, for quick choice of your weapon, of your combat style and stuff like that. It's definitely going to be more intuitive, but this way it's got to be if you're using control that has like 20 keys instead of 100 on the keyboard, of course. But we've put a great effort on redesigning it, and it's not shifting from keyboard to console. It's definitely got to fit what console users are used to. My name's Demigod, and I was introducing The Witcher Rise of the White Wolf to you, which is coming out at fall 2009, and it's going to be out on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Stay tuned.
So Demigod is a hybrid real-time strategy role-playing game. So we've taken aspects of both genres and kind of mixed them together. And how that manifests itself is that you play a demigod, and there are 8 demigods to choose from. And the demigods are divided into 2 archetypes. There's the assassins, and then there's the generals. Now the assassins play very much like a action RPG hero. I guess the closest example would be Diablo. So you focus just on that character, and that character can be built in a different variety of ways. You can be an anti-demigod assassin, or you could be a lane-pushing, structure destruction-based assassin. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we have the generals. And the generals are more of a traditional RTS character. So in the sense that they play very much like a hero from Warcraft 3. They have auras and abilities that focus more on protection and shielding. And in addition, they can purchase and summon troops, which they can control directly, just like you would expect in an RTS. In the persistent universe, any one particular match, the games are designed to take from 15 to 60 minutes if you're really highly skilled, equally matched opponents. So it's just kind of jump in, play a quick game, and you're done, and you can choose to play another game, or you can just, your lunch break is over, you need to get back to work. I'm Mike Marr, lead designer for Demigod, and Demigod will be released in March 2009 exclusively for the PC.
Let's get ready to rumble!
So we have celebrity parody as our sort of theme for this game. It's 20 plus celebrity parody boxers, and actually a fantastic fighting system. So we talked to Aki as developers, who refined the system after we had already created all the animations and personalities. So we have a really competent and legible fighting game on the Wii, which is quite good compared to the competition. So it's really a game that's aimed for the casual set, and of course for the returning hardcore players that love Ready to Rumble. Your Wiimote is your right glove and your nunchuck is your left glove. And you're controlling the movement of your player around the ring with the joystick, of course. So your jabs are just a forward poke on the Z plane. Your side swipe on the X will be for the roundhouse, and then for the uppercuts, you're Y planing. So that's the real simple basics. You then hold down the C button if you want to go for low attacks. So you have a 4-hit zone game, which is quite competent in terms of its countering system also. So you have a Z button to block, and then you have area-specific blocks by holding up your Wiimotes, or swaying side to side with the Wiimotes will actually allow you to sway your center of gravity. By bringing it to the Wii specifically, that was the challenge. It's maintaining the playability of Ready to Rumble. It was never, a concern. We always wanted to sort of steer away from the waggle fest, which is the complaint of most of the games in Wii. It's just, we wanted to make it competent and legible so that a fighting fan, like a Street Fighter fan like myself, or a Tekken fan like myself, you can go in there and you can actually have a decent time fighting in this game. It's not going to be, just sort of oddball movements and stuff like that. No like weird timing exercises. It's a fighter.
Alright guys, that's it from us at the Atari event and for Start Select for 2008. Stay tuned next year and we'll have plenty more from the GameSpot UK offices.